Hebrew Israelites, they say that we have a whitewashed version of Christianity.
And that leads into where they believe that you're not supposed to mate with nobody outside of your race and all those type of ideologies. You know, they come out of some of this stuff because they feel like, you know, that's what the Bible is actually teaching. God gave to the Israelites to not breed with specific groups of people. But they're not understanding that it wasn't a racial issue because there was no concept of race back then. God was telling them to stay away from people that were worshiping false gods. It was a covenant issue, but the modern day groups are taking what God intended in covenant language and they're applying it to racial ideologies. And that's how they're recruiting people, because it's tapping into that emotion.
Hebrew Israelites, they say that we have a whitewashed version of Christianity, but they literally get their word race from a white man, European man, Carolus Linnaeus in the 1700s, who wanted to use this word to justify slavery. How whitewashed can you get?
All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And this video is going to be a response to Hebrew Israelites say we have a whitewashed version of Christianity. All right. And this dude right here in the beginning of the video, you know, it's him and another guy together talking the crap they talking. All right. Let's let it run here. And you do have a whitewashed version of the Bible. You know, this dude right here who looked like an Arab or whatever. Anyway, that first dude, he did a video not that long ago, and I did a response to it. It was entitled, Response, Hebrew Israelites Unmixed, What Will Happen to People Like Me? He's the dude that, you know, in that video, in that short video. So this is the same guy now. And see, these people ask these questions, you think they're genuine. They're not genuine questions. He's a Christian, man. He stuck up the ass of white Jesus, okay? A white Jesus stuck up his ass. Man, you people, you know, they're sitting together. These people are coming together trying to accuse us of something, trying to find shit wrong. Man, you ain't even talking about scriptures. All you doing now, you just talking shit. You know, you saying that we using the idea of race, right? You say that we say, y'all saying that we say you got a whitewashed version of Christianity. Meanwhile, we worried about race, which the word race was introduced by some Roman dude. Look, man, in the scriptures, lineage was always discussed. Okay? When you go into a thing called a table of nations, that's about race. You don't know that? No, of course you don't know it, because you're a booby, low-level Christian. That's why you don't know shit. All you people do is you just make up shit as you go along. You said that in the Bible, it was never about race. And yeah, it was. I don't know if it's Genesis 10, maybe. Yeah, the descendants of Noah. See, when you go into these different people, there were nations that came out of Noah's 3 sons, man. Bottom line. I mean, that's why the lineages are there. Right? You had Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That's all bottom line. This is what it's all about, race. Right? You don't have to use the word race. You use the word lineage. But I'm not going to, you know, even talk about that all that much. But let's deal with the fact that these people saying that we're saying, they act as if Christianity that they follow is not whitewashed. It is whitewashed. It's in the scriptures, man. Let's go to it. And this is a basic lesson. You know, give us an opportunity to go into something basic. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What does that mean? A particular rulership of the earth was given into the hand of the people known as the wicked. And they are the Edomites. Okay, now it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You may say many people rule the earth. Well, that's true. You had other people that rule the earth other than just so-called white people, right? But no other people did what you did. It's going to tell you the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? This is your whitewashing. The main judge is the Savior, who the word English calls, you know, that JC word, which I ain't even going to say it now. Okay, the Son of the Most High, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, but you know what the world calls him. So he's the main judge. You covered over his face. You whitewashed the image. That's how you got white Jesus. Okay, That's how you got white Israelites and white everything else. The Most High opinion. The Most High is a white man, all of that. It's well known. It's well documented that in the Renaissance period, you were defacing the images. You can look up the word iconoclasm. They covered over the faces of the judges. There's a book in the Bible known as Judges. Who were the judges? Israelites. All right? The judges were Israelites. So when you cover the faces of the judges, you're painting over the images. That's what you was doing. You painted Salakia. You was covering over the Israelites. Now, if we go to the Apocrypha, right? Let's go to Salakia. Just bear with me here. Let's go to Maccabees. And this is not going to be a long video. It's going to be kind of to the point. First Maccabees, chapter 3. And this is in the history. First Maccabees, chapter 3. And we'll start at verse 45. Listen to what it says. It says, now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out. The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the stronghold. The heathen had their habitation in that place, and joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe with the harp ceased. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Maspha over against Jerusalem. For in Maspha was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes, and laid open the book of the law, listen, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And these main heathens here were Greeks. You see, this is during the time of the Greek captivity. Okay, so that was always a scheme by these people, these Edomites. Let's just say it that way. No matter if it was Romans or Greeks, Edomites, they always had a scheme to cover over the art, to paint over the images. It says again, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, so just like we read in Job 9:24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. Now the prophecy told Esau have the dominion. There was going to come a period of time where Esau would rule the world, right? Now, Jacob, we always had these damn devils. We had them under subjection, but it was given to Esau for a period of time to rule the world. This how we know that it's talking about you damn devils even further. Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Now this is after the birthright was already given to Jacob, but Esau also got blessings from Isaac. So it says, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion of what? When you rule the world, see, it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So Esau always kept that anger, that wrath, that enmity. And even some will say, well, they made up later on in the story. But it was said after they was not even here anymore, that Esau kept his wrath forever, kept his wrath. So it was a period of time where he would rule the world, when thou shalt have the dominion. See? So it's a period of time when Esau ruled the world. So if you people saying that the white man is not Esau, okay, which rulership was Esau ruling then? Because this is right there in the scriptures plain that he gonna rule the world. Now, he never got over that damn anger. This is Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So don't come to us with no dumb shit about Jacob and Esau. See, they made up No, they didn't. Well, they may have reconciled at that time, but the descendants of Esau kept their wrath forever. And that's when they start ruling the world. They always had this enmity between them and Jacob, and they always gonna be mad at us. And what did they do? They covered over the faces of the judges. They whitewashed the Bible. They took us out of the Holy Land. Did a whole lot of shit. See, so we know these devils rule the world. Now let's collect them with being the wicked. Malachi 1 verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. When did they build? During their empire, their rulership. They ruling right now. See, when they got the dominion, they said, we're going to build it up. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. See, so the Lord's always going to be angry with them. But what did they do when they got the rulership? They covered over the faces of the judges, and they did other stuff. Let's go to it if I can find it here. It's Isaiah, the previous chapter. Isaiah 25 and verse 7. Listen to this. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering. Right? What did it say in Job 9:24? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. It's been a scheme and a plot with these devils throughout time. They will cover over all. It would say that they're the Israelites, right? They would steal the land. They would cover the art. Hey, you got a whitewashed version of your religion that you worship, man. That's why you think that the Savior's white and all that. Now, since all the videos and the truth been coming out, they'll say, well, we know Jesus wasn't white, but he wasn't black either. Look, all that talking that you people be doing, we ain't paying your ass no attention. We don't care what you say. We got all the facts. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. What did Esau do? When they came into power, they named lands after their names, right? They removed landmarks. They chipped the noses off statues. They covered over art. You know, they moved people around the earth, all of that. Psalms 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. You see that? They call their lands after their own names. That's how you got Africa, Leo Cyprio Africanus, and America, Amerigo Vespucci. You see that? They named these lands after their names. In the Bible, the continent of Africa that you know today, it was called the land of Ham. It was never called Africa. That name is after one of their generals, I believe, Leo Cyprio Africanus. You know? So, you know, that, hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, the history is there. Let's get this sun removed. So, you know, you covered over the faces of the judges. You put a veil over all nations. You cast out a covering over all people. So nobody really knew, according to you. Now, here it is. You got all this archaeological evidence, but you hadn't been revealing to people who they really were. You said people were Chinese, Japanese, Africans, and, you know, all this different shit. Why you ain't been calling them by their biblical names? That's been part of your plan. We came forth and told you who the Edomites were, who the Israelites were, who the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Japhites, you know, and the Ishmaelites. We came and told you who the Hamites were. Well, you already knew who Ham was, but you knew who all the people were. But we had to come and uncover those facts. This is Job 24, verse 1. It says, why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. You see, they name their lands after their own names. They cover the faces of the judges. They remove landmarks. They cast a covering over all people. You see, they've done all these things. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. This is what you have done. Let's get Micah 2 and 2. It says here, And we start at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right? They practice this evil. Why? They devise wickedness, because they've been given, the world been given into their hands. Right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked is the Edomites. The prophecy of Esau said what? When thou shalt have the dominion, you're going to break Jacob's yoke off your neck. You're going to be running shit. You're going to be doing everything, right? It's in the power of their hands. It says, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. These damn devils oppress your heritage. They'll say, no, you're not the people of the land. We are. Our people are. Our relatives are. No, that's our land. This is your land over here. This is where you from over here. See? They displace you, take over the land, and they put their name on it and put the name of the land on themselves, just like they did with the Holy Land. And the Lord said he's going to destroy them because of it. Verse 3 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. What family? The family of Esau, Edom. Behold, against this family do I devise an evil, which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go heartily, for this time is evil. Against that family. You see that? And we can show you, when did they oppress our heritage? Well, let's go to Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36 and 5. And they even took it further than that. See, you people that think that call yourself Christians, you so-called black people, you're worshiping under their umbrella that they have given you, but all of it, that shit is lies, man. Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which is Edom, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. You see, so they remove landmarks. they put a covering over all people. They covered over the faces of the judges. You see, they lie to you about biblical names and where people are really from. And you think that it's authentic because they're in power and they got all the money and the influence. But they don't have the Holy Spirit. They getting their ass tore up, man. So yeah, you damn devils, and you mixed people, so-called mixed. Because either you from your father's line, or you are from your father's line. Let me say it that way. So if your father's an Israelite, you're an Israelite, regardless of how you look. We don't even really lead with race, but since you brought it up, and we know that there are Israelites out there who say black this and black that and white and and all that. Look, before we get out of here, this thing gonna be crazy, man. You're gonna have white-looking Israelites, black-looking Edomites, and everything in between on both sides. That's just the bottom line. The only true way to tell is your father, really through the spirit, but it's according to your father's lineage. Okay? And let's actually show you that race is a part of the scripture still. Because only the Israelites are going to really get this understanding. You got to be from the race of the 12 tribes of Israel. Since you don't like the word race, you got to be from the lineage of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the only way you're going to get this truth. And that's the only way you're going to get salvation. This is Isaiah 59 verse 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. You got to be from Jacob to get redemption and your sins forgiven. As for me, this is my covenant with them, said the Lord. See, dude mentioned covenant. See, it was never about the race of people and coming, sleeping with their women. It was always about covenant. Well, the covenant is only for the Israelites. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. Listen, my spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. So if you are not an Israelite, you are not going to be saved. Let's go to Romans 11:26. That's all this is for. Romans 11:26. And so all Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant unto them, Jacob, when I shall take away their sins. It's always been about race in the scriptures, right? Now, covenant is a key factor in it, But the whole Bible is about the race of the 12 tribes of the Israelites, or the lineage of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's it. And I could go on from there, but I'm not. That's good enough. You know, these dudes don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, and the damn Edomites did cover over everything. They put themselves, they try to erase us from history. When you go into the book, I think it's called The Learned Elders of Zion, they said that they would change history. So, you know, we don't care what you little low-level punk-ass Christians think, man. Especially a nigga who, here it is, we done told you. See, these people that so-called mixed, you can't really trust them. Because what he gonna do is, he probably got a white mama, so-called white, which a lot of your parents, you might have one white parent, you think they're really white, and they're really just Israelites, probably. I mean, your daddy is a Jake, and then you got, you soft on your mama, because that's your mama, of course. Then you come across the gospel, then you start trying to teach lies because you want your mama to be saved based upon her skin color, right? Because you think we teaching skin color, but in reality, your mom might still be an Israelite. But it don't matter to us, man. You people are all mixed up. You do worship a whitewashed version of Christianity. Man, these damn devils done whitewashed every damn thing. And we proved it to you in the scriptures. And look, only the elect is going to see it. And that's all that matters. We don't care about the rest of you people. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.